A loyal woman loves deeply, trusts wholeheartedly, and gives selflessly. But once she's betrayed, she is never the same. Her love does not fade, but her heart hardens. Her trust does not vanish, but it becomes guarded. The woman who once believed in forever now questions everything. And when she changes, it's not out of bitterness, it's out of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, loyalty is a rare and precious gift. When a woman loves with loyalty, she loves with her whole heart. She gives her time, her trust, and her deepest emotions without hesitation. She stands beside you in your darkest moments, believing in you when no one else does. She is the one who forgives, who sacrifices, and who stays when others walk away. But what happens when that loyalty is betrayed? A loyal woman does not expect perfection, but she does expect honesty. She does not ask for the world, but she asks for respect. And when she is hurt, when the very love she is given is taken for granted or broken, something inside her changes. She may still smile, but it will never be as bright as before. She may still love, but it will be with caution. She may still trust, but never as freely. The woman who once believed in love without limits now carries the weight of betrayal in her heart. It is not that she becomes bitter or incapable of love, but she learns. She learns that not everyone deserves her heart. She learns that loyalty should not be given to those who cannot cherish it. And most importantly, she learns that she must protect her own peace, her own happiness, and her own worth. To those who have a loyal woman in their life, cherish her, honor her trust, respect her love, and never take her for granted. Because once she is hurt, she will never be the same. And once she walks away, you may never find another like her. Loyalty is one of the most profound expressions of love. When a woman is truly loyal, she gives herself wholeheartedly, holding nothing back. She commits with sincerity, offering trust, support, and an unwavering presence through all of life's ups and downs. Her loyalty is not conditional or temporary. It is built on faith, love, and a deep emotional connection. A loyal woman does not love halfway. She does not calculate how much she gives or measure what she receives in return. Instead, she loves selflessly, believing in the beauty of commitment and the strength of relationships. When a loyal woman chooses to stand by someone, she does so with the full weight of her heart and soul. She invests not just in the person, but in their dreams, struggles, and well-being. She becomes their rock in difficult times, their greatest cheerleader in moments of victory, and their safe place when the world turns cold. She does not walk away when things get hard, nor does she entertain thoughts of betrayal. Her love is an anchor, unshaken by the storms of life. She believes in loyalty because she knows that true love is not just about feelings, it is about commitment, patience, and unwavering faithfulness. The depth of a loyal woman's love is seen in her willingness to forgive, to overlook flaws, and to stand firm even when circumstances challenge her. She does not seek perfection, but rather authenticity. She chooses to love despite weaknesses, believing that love can heal, restore, and strengthen. Her loyalty is not based on what she can get, but on what she can give. She understands that love is sacrificial and that loyalty means being present in both good and bad times. A loyal woman does not just love with her heart, she loves with her actions. She expresses her love through small acts of kindness, unwavering support, and deep emotional investment. Whether through words of encouragement, prayers, or simple gestures of care, she constantly seeks to uplift the person she loves. She prays for them, intercedes on their behalf, and believes in them even when they struggle to believe in themselves. Proverbs 31:10-11 speaks of such a woman, saying, "A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value." This verse highlights the immense value of a loyal woman, emphasizing that her presence is a blessing beyond measure. However, the true depth of her loyalty is best seen in the way she remains steadfast even when things do not go as expected. She is not easily swayed by temporary struggles, misunderstandings, or hardships. Instead, she chooses to endure, to work through difficulties, and to remain committed despite the challenges. Her love is not dictated by circumstances. It is rooted in a deep sense of devotion. She understands the power of faithfulness and the importance of standing firm in love. She embodies 1 Corinthians 13:7, which says, "Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things." Her love is enduring, believing in the strength of the bond she has chosen to build. The loyalty of a woman is a rare and beautiful gift, but it should never be taken for granted. When a woman gives her loyalty, she offers a love that is pure, unwavering, and deeply rooted in trust. She does not seek recognition or reward for her faithfulness. She gives because she believes in love. However, loyalty should be nurtured, respected, and reciprocated. A loyal woman should never be made to feel like her love is an obligation rather than a blessing. A woman's loyalty is a reflection of her strength. It takes courage to love with such depth, to trust without fear, and to commit without hesitation. In a world where relationships are often built on convenience rather than commitment, a loyal woman stands out. She chooses love not because it is easy, but because it is worth it. She believes in the power of standing by someone, in the beauty of building a future together, and in the importance of faithfulness. Yet, loyalty is not just about remaining physically present. It is about emotional and spiritual dedication. A loyal woman prays for the one she loves, seeking God's guidance and wisdom in their relationship. She strives to build not just a temporary bond, but a lasting connection founded on faith and mutual respect. She does not see love as a fleeting emotion, but as a lifelong journey. Such love should be cherished. A loyal woman's heart is a sanctuary, a place of refuge and warmth. She offers peace in moments of chaos, comfort in times of pain, and joy in the simplest of moments. She gives her best because she believes that love is meant to be a source of strength, not a burden. But while she gives freely, she also hopes for the same in return. She does not expect perfection, but she longs for honesty. She does not demand constant validation, but she desires appreciation. She does not need grand gestures, but she values consistency. When a woman gives her loyalty, she does so with the belief that it will be treasured. She trusts that the love she pours into another's life will not be wasted. She hopes that her commitment will not be met with betrayal or neglect. Her loyalty is her way of saying, "I choose you, not just today, but always." It is her promise to stand by someone's side, to believe in them even when the world does not, and to love them without conditions. But loyalty is not invincible. It thrives when nurtured, but it fades when neglected. A loyal woman does not ask for much, but she deserves respect, honesty, and love in return. Her heart is not a battleground for deception, nor is her trust a game to be played. A love like hers is rare, and once lost, it may never be found again. A loyal woman's love is a gift, cherish it, honor it, protect it, because once a loyal woman is hurt, she will never be the same. Betrayal is one of the deepest wounds a loyal woman can experience. When she gives her heart, she does so with sincerity, believing in the bond she shares with the person she loves. She does not hold back, nor does she build walls around her emotions. Instead, she trusts wholeheartedly, offering her devotion, time, and energy with the hope that it will be valued and protected. Her love is not based on conditions or fleeting emotions. It is rooted in faith, sacrifice, and an unshakable commitment. She does not love for convenience, but for connection. Her heart beats for the well-being of the one she loves, and she expects the same level of respect in return. However, when a loyal woman is betrayed, something within her breaks. It is not just the pain of deception that wounds her, but the realization that the trust she so freely gave was disregarded. She questions everything: the love she shared, the words that were spoken, the memories that once felt so genuine. The person she stood by, believed in, and supported has shattered the very foundation on which her love was built. The pain of betrayal is not just emotional, it cuts into her soul, leaving scars that may never fully heal. The weight of betrayal is heavier for a loyal woman because she does not love with half a heart. She invests everything into the relationship, believing that loyalty should be reciprocated. She stays when times get tough, forgives when mistakes are made, and supports through every season of life. She does not look for an escape when challenges arise. Instead, she stands firm, holding on to faith, commitment, and the hope that love will overcome difficulties. So when the very person she trusted the most turns their back on her, the devastation is overwhelming. A loyal woman is not just hurt by betrayal, she is transformed by it. She begins to question her own judgment, wondering if she was blind to the warning signs. She replays conversations, moments of vulnerability, and times when she chose to trust despite her fears. She asks herself if she was foolish for believing in something so deeply. The pain of betrayal forces her to look at love differently. She becomes cautious, guarded, and hesitant to open her heart again. She learns that love is not just about what is given, but also about what is protected. She realizes that loyalty should not be wasted on those who do not value it. Psalm 55, verse 12, captures the anguish of betrayal, saying, "If an enemy were insulting me, I could endure it. If a foe were rising against me, I could hide. But it is you, a man like myself, my companion, my close friend, with whom I once enjoyed sweet fellowship at the house of God." This verse reflects the heartbreak of being hurt by someone who was once trusted. Betrayal is painful not because of the act itself, but because of who committed it. A stranger's deception may sting, but the betrayal of someone deeply loved leaves wounds that alter the way a person sees relationships forever. For a loyal woman, betrayal is not just about lost love, it is about lost trust. She learns that words can be empty, promises can be broken, and actions do not always align with intentions. She understands that love without honesty is deception in disguise. She becomes more observant, paying attention to actions rather than just words. She no longer falls for sweet talk or empty gestures. Instead, she watches how a person treats her when no one is watching. She values consistency over grand declarations and sincerity over fleeting affection. Betrayal does not make a loyal woman bitter, but it does make her wiser. She no longer believes in love blindly. She requires proof of sincerity. She may still love, but she will love differently, She may still trust, but only after time has proven that trust is deserved. She will never again give her loyalty freely without knowing that it will be honored. Her heart, once open and unguarded, now carries the weight of past wounds. She does not let pain define her, but she allows it to shape her into someone stronger, more discerning, and more protective of her heart. One of the hardest parts of betrayal for a loyal woman is deciding whether to forgive. Forgiveness is a biblical principle, and as Christians, we are called to forgive as Christ forgave us. Ephesians 4:31-32 reminds us, "Get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." A loyal woman understands the power of forgiveness, but she also knows that forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It does not mean allowing herself to be hurt repeatedly or giving someone unlimited chances to break her heart. She forgives for her own peace, for her own healing, and to free herself from the chains of resentment. But forgiveness does not always mean reconciliation. She learns that walking away can be an act of self-respect and wisdom. Betrayal changes how a loyal woman sees the world. She no longer believes that love alone is enough. She knows that love must be built on honesty, respect, and faithfulness. She no longer gives second chances easily because she understands that loyalty is not something to be taken for granted. She may still have love in her heart, but she will never trust as blindly as she once did. A woman who has been betrayed does not lose her ability to love, but she does lose the innocence with which she once loved. She may still believe in loyalty, but she knows that not everyone deserves it. She carries the lessons of betrayal with her, allowing them to shape her into someone wiser and stronger. She moves forward not as the same woman she once was, but as someone who has learned the true value of loyalty and the high cost of betrayal. When a loyal woman is betrayed, she does not just suffer heartbreak, she undergoes a transformation. Pain forces her to look at love, trust, and relationships differently. It teaches her lessons she never wanted to learn, but ones that shape her into someone wiser and more cautious. The hard way is often the only way. She realizes that not everyone deserves the kind of love she gives so freely. She learns that loyalty is a gift, and it should never be given to those who do not appreciate or respect it. She begins to see that her willingness to endure, forgive, and fight for love should not be mistaken for weakness, but as a reflection of her strength. At first, she struggles to understand how someone she trusted could hurt her so deeply. She replays conversations, looks for signs she may have missed, and wonders if she was foolish for believing in the person who betrayed her. The pain is overwhelming, not just because of the broken promises, but because she gave her heart with sincerity. She loved with an open heart, without reservation, believing that the loyalty she gave would be returned. She never imagined that the person she stood by, the one she supported, would be the one to break her heart. But pain has a way of teaching lessons that comfort never could. Through her suffering, she learns that people are not always who they claim to be. She realizes that words can be empty, that promises can be broken, and that love is not enough if there is no respect. She understands that no matter how much she gives, some people will never appreciate her efforts. She begins to see that her loyalty is not something to be wasted on those who take her for granted. Psalm 118:8 reminds us, "It is better to take refuge in the Lord than to trust in man." A loyal woman learns this lesson painfully. She once believed in people with an open heart, trusting that love was enough to build a lasting relationship. But betrayal teaches her that only God's love is truly unfailing. She realizes that while people may disappoint, God remains constant. This understanding shifts her perspective. She no longer places her trust in human promises, but in God's guidance. One of the hardest things she learns is that not everyone values loyalty the way she does. She once believed that if she loved deeply, stayed committed, and gave her best, she would receive the same in return. But betrayal teaches her that some people do not cherish what they have until it is gone. She learns that loyalty cannot be forced. It must be mutual. No matter how much she fights to keep a relationship alive, if the other person does not honor her love, it is a battle she cannot win alone. This lesson changes her. She becomes more selective about who she gives her heart to. She no longer trusts blindly, nor does she ignore red flags in the hope that things will get better. She pays closer attention to actions rather than just words. She values consistency over empty promises and sincerity over temporary affection. She understands that love should not require endless sacrifices without reciprocation. She no longer stays where she is not valued. Pain teaches her to guard her heart. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." This verse becomes a new truth in her life. She once loved without hesitation, believing in the goodness of people, but now she understands that her heart is precious and must be protected. She still believes in love, but she is no longer willing to give it to those who do not deserve it. She still hopes, but her hope is now grounded in wisdom rather than blind faith. She also learns the importance of self-love. For so long she put others before herself, believing that love meant sacrificing her own needs for the happiness of another. But betrayal forces her to see that she must also love herself. She realizes that being loyal to someone who does not respect her is not an act of love, but an act of self-destruction. She begins to set boundaries, learning to say no to relationships that drain her. She understands that she cannot pour from an empty cup, and she must prioritize her own peace and happiness. This transformation does not happen overnight. She goes through moments of doubt, of sadness, of wondering if she will ever be able to love the same way again. She battles with the fear of trusting again, of opening her heart only to be hurt once more. But as time passes, she finds strength in her scars. She realizes that the pain she endured has made her wiser. She is no longer the same woman she was before the betrayal, but she is stronger, more self-aware, and more discerning. She learns that walking away is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. She realizes that choosing herself is not selfish, but necessary. She understands that the right person will never make her question her worth or beg for love. She no longer settles for less than she deserves. The loyal woman who once believed in love without hesitation now believes in love with wisdom. She no longer trusts blindly, but she still believes in the possibility of a love that is true, mutual, and God-centered. Through it all, she finds healing. She realizes that pain does not define her, but it refines her. She understands that every tear she shed, every moment of heartbreak, was part of a journey that led her to a stronger version of herself. She no longer regrets the love she gave because she knows that love is never wasted. The right person will one day appreciate the depth of her heart, and until then she continues to grow, to heal, and to become the woman God intended her to be. When a loyal woman is hurt, she does not simply move on as if nothing happened. The pain changes her, shaping her into someone she never thought she would become. She is no longer the same woman who once believed in love without fear, who trusted without hesitation, and who gave without expecting anything in return. The experience of betrayal, heartbreak, or disappointment teaches her lessons that no words could have prepared her for. She learns that love, no matter how deep, is not always enough to keep someone from hurting her. She realizes that trust, once broken, is not easily restored. She understands that loyalty must be given wisely because not everyone deserves the kind of devotion she was willing to offer. A loyal woman does not love halfway. When she chooses to give her heart, she does so with sincerity, believing that love should be built on commitment, honesty, and faithfulness. She does not entertain thoughts of betrayal because, in her world, love is sacred. She believes in standing by the one she loves, supporting them through every trial, and celebrating every victory. She invests emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, pouring herself into the relationship with the hope that it will flourish. But when she is hurt, when her love is taken for granted, her trust is broken, or her sacrifices are dismissed, she is left questioning everything she once believed in. At first, she struggles to comprehend how someone she trusted could betray her. She replays moments in her mind, searching for signs she may have missed. She wonders if she was too naive, too forgiving, too willing to overlook flaws. She questions whether she was not enough, whether she should have done more, loved harder, or sacrificed more. The pain consumes her, not just because of the betrayal itself, but because she realizes that the love she thought was mutual was not valued in the same way. The Bible speaks about the pain of betrayal in Psalm 41:9. Even my close friend, someone I trusted, one who shared my bread, has turned against me. This verse captures the deep sorrow of being hurt by someone who was once trusted. A loyal woman does not fear struggles in love. She fears deception, dishonesty, and the realization that her love was not cherished. When she experiences this pain, something within her shifts. She can never go back to being the woman she once was, the woman who loved without hesitation. Pain forces her to build walls she never imagined she would need. She becomes guarded, cautious, and more observant of people's actions rather than just their words. She no longer believes in love simply because someone says the right things. She looks for consistency, effort, and proof of sincerity. She becomes more selective with her trust, understanding that not everyone deserves access to her heart. What once came naturally, her ability to trust and love freely, now requires reassurance and time. She also learns that her love is a gift, not an obligation. Before, she may have believed that love meant enduring anything, forgiving endlessly, and always putting the other person first. But pain teaches her that love should never come at the cost of her own peace. She realizes that being loyal to the wrong person does not make her strong, it drains her. She begins to value her own heart, recognizing that she should not have to beg for the same love and respect she so freely gives.